In any gathering, there's often one man who stands out, not because he's the loudest or most assertive, but because of his quiet confidence. He doesn't seek attention. Attention finds him. His presence is felt, not forced. Consider a corporate meeting where discussions are intense and voices compete. Amidst the noise, one individual remains composed, listening intently, speaking only when necessary. Yet when he does, the room listens. His insights are concise, his demeanor calm. He doesn't dominate the conversation. He elevates it. This is the hallmark of a high-value man. He doesn't rely on overt displays of dominance or alpha posturing. Instead, he exudes a subtle authority rooted in self-assurance and respect for others. His confidence isn't about overpowering, it's about empowering. In social settings, he's the one who makes others feel seen and heard. He asks thoughtful questions, listens more than he speaks, and offers genuine compliments. People are drawn to him, not because he demands it, but because he earns it. This approach isn't about manipulation, it's about authenticity. It's about understanding that true influence comes from within, not from imposing oneself on others. By mastering this subtle art, high-value men naturally command respect and take control of any room they enter. When a high-value man enters a room, people notice, often without understanding why. He doesn't rush, he doesn't adjust his energy to match others. Instead, he remains centered. And that begins with body language. Posture is the foundation. Standing tall with your shoulders relaxed and your chest open signals strength without aggression. It says you're comfortable in your own skin. No puffed up posing, no exaggerated stance. Just grounded, deliberate posture. In a high-level client meeting, one man leans forward, tapping his pen, fidgeting with his collar. Another sits back slightly, arms resting calmly, chin level. Everyone naturally defers to the calm one, not because he says more, but because he controls his presence. Movement matters just as much. Quick, erratic gestures hint at anxiety or lack of confidence. High-value men move with intent. Whether it's adjusting a chair, picking up a coffee cup, or turning to address someone, every movement has purpose. In a boardroom or at a dinner party, they don't fumble or flinch. They act, then rest. Facial expression is your silent signature. A composed face with minimal micro-expressions communicates control. You're not suppressing emotion. You're choosing not to over-display it. During a heated debate, the high-value man doesn't smirk, sneer, or overreact. He observes, absorbs, and responds when ready. That restraint is powerful. Eye direction completes the nonverbal framework. High-value men don't scan a room nervously. Their eyes rest purposefully. On people, on details, on what matters. They don't avoid eye contact, but they don't seek it constantly either. They understand that a brief, well-timed glance often says more than a stare. Even positioning in a room is strategic. They don't hover near exits or crowd the spotlight. They take a spot that offers visibility without signaling neediness. Think of a host at his own event, present, engaged, but never competing for attention. These small physical choices don't just reflect confidence, they shape how others behave around you. When you master body language, you don't have to dominate. You already lead by example. Before we continue, a quick ask. If you're enjoying this breakdown of high-value presence, consider subscribing. I'm working toward 1,000 subscribers, and your support means more than you know. Let's keep going. Eye contact is one of the most direct ways a high-value man establishes presence. It's not just about looking, it's about how, when, and why you choose to lock eyes. The right kind of eye contact reflects confidence without needing to prove anything. It's steady, but not intense, engaged, but never aggressive. Think of the executive who listens during a pitch. He holds your gaze when it matters, then shifts focus calmly, not to avoid, but to process. That balance makes people feel acknowledged and respected, without pressure. In conversation, well-timed eye contact can signal leadership. When you're speaking, holding someone's gaze for a few seconds at key points shows certainty. When you're listening, maintaining soft focus helps you remain connected. It says, I'm here, I'm focused, I'm grounded. Too much eye contact becomes domination. It feels like a challenge. Too little? Disinterest. High-value men understand that equilibrium. They use brief pauses to redirect tension and small glances to reset the emotional tone. It's a subtle, almost invisible skill, but the results are tangible. During group discussions, they don't dart between people. Instead, They anchor their attention. They look at the speaker with interest, and when it's their turn, they scan slowly, letting others feel included, not inspected. Cultural awareness matters too. In some circles, prolonged eye contact can be seen as disrespectful. The high-value man adapts to the room, reads the dynamics, and adjusts his gaze accordingly. It's not about imposing a technique. It's about reading people and responding with intention. In every environment, eye contact tells a story. The man who uses it wisely never has to raise his voice. His attention becomes his influence. A high-value man doesn't dress to impress, he dresses to align. His appearance matches his intent, not someone else's expectation. He knows his presence begins before he speaks, and what he wears is part of his message. Clothing isn't about trends, it's about signals. A well-fitted blazer, clean shoes, and intentional choices show he values himself. He doesn't overdress to dominate or underdress to downplay. He lands exactly where he needs to. It's precision, not flash. In business, one man shows up in the standard office polo. Another walks in with a crisp jacket, subtle accessories, and attention to grooming. The difference isn't money, it's effort. The room reads that effort instantly. One fades into the norm, the other becomes memorable. At a social event, it's not about being the flashiest dresser. It's about quiet polish. Neutral tones, structured layers, and clean lines carry more presence than loud colors ever could. His clothing isn't screaming, it's speaking fluently. Even small details matter. A watch that fits well, a belt that matches the shoes, a shirt that rests right on the shoulders. These are cues. Together, they build a look that others instinctively respect. Style isn't vanity, it's a declaration, without a single word. There's a kind of respect that doesn't come from talking. It comes from hearing others clearly. Control isn't about volume, it's about presence. In part 2, I'll show you how high-value men do it without forcing it.